of prayer. Okay, so I want to invite Madam Judith to start us off with a word of prayer. Okay, then Leah, you can start us off with a word of prayer.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Let us pray. Father, in Jesus' name, this morning we are grateful for the gift of life and gift of good health. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to be here once again for training. We thank you because you have been faithful since Monday, and even today we ask for your guidance, dear Father, and we pray that you will bless each one of us, even the students who are on YouTube, that Lord, whatever we learn today, let it add value to our lives and to the university at large. We give you all the glory and all the honor, and it is in Jesus' name that we pray and give thanks. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Madam Chair, for starting us off with a word of prayer. I believe our day is blessed. So now I want to invite everyone, the deans, directors, the first years, welcome to this training on the learning management system. The objective is to see how the students can be able to know how to access their institutional emails, how to create student portal account and register units, and also how to access learning materials from the learning management system. So with that, I want to invite the deans of schools to start us off with their welcoming remarks. And I will start with the Dean, School of Engineering and Technology. Dr. Maniki, karibu, and make your remarks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dan, and my colleagues and students, good morning. I want to welcome all of us to this training. And it is important that we pay attention to the trainers, because we are expected as students to do the registration online, open the portals and all that. And most of the students have been calling to say that they are stuck, they are not able to do ABCD. But I think this is a very good opportunity for the students to learn how to create the portal, and if they have any query, this is the opportune time for them to seek clarification. So even as we go on with the training, students, please pay attention to the training, and if you have any question, then I know the ICT has provided a way of putting down your query so that it can be answered. So I wish you all the best as we go on with the training. Thank you. Back to you, Dan.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Dean. Also, I want to invite the Dean, School of Pure and Applied Sciences, Dr. Kimathi, to make his welcoming remarks. Karibu, Doctor. Dr. Mark Kimathi. Seems he has disappeared. But meanwhile, as he is reconnecting, I want to ask all the students to inform their colleagues and their counterparts to join in the training, especially those in the School of Engineering and Technology and the School of Pure and Applied Sciences. Please encourage them to join in, so that we are trying to see if we can sort out most of the issues that are upcoming, especially when it comes to the student emails and the student portal. So if you have any queries, please post them on the live chat. There is a live chat there in your YouTube channel. There's a live chat. Please post any queries that you have there. We'll try. There's a team of ICT people who will try to respond to your issues as we continue. But I would encourage you to follow through.
Hello, am I now
audible? Yes, you're audible now.
Okay, thank you. Sorry for that. So, yeah, the class of 2020, September intake 2020. So welcome to this particular training. It's a training that is quite crucial for you to continue your studies in this COVID-19 pandemic. So I will urge all the students to actually pay attention to the training, and also, I would also encourage that you encourage your fellow students, the ones that have not logged in, to actually come on board and listen to this particular training, because this knowledge will require it for you to be able to effectively follow the classes or the lessons. So please be attentive, and if you have any queries, there's a mechanism that has been provided for you to raise your questions, and the ICT and also the Odell office is going to assist you to see to it that you actually get the required knowledge for you to be able to continue with these online classes. So this is the new normal, so kindly embrace this, and let us move forward as we do these online classes. So welcome and thank you. Over to you, Dan.
Thank you so much, Dean Santi, for those remarks. I also now want to take this juncture to invite the director for the Center for Open Distance and E-Learning, Dr. Kibet, to make his welcoming remarks and open the training. Karibu Daktari.
Do you hear?
Yes, we can hear you, Daktari.
I want to welcome
Daktari, you've disappeared.
hear me now.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, so I was saying that I want to welcome students of the School of Engineering and Technology and the School of Pure and Applied Sciences, wherever they are. So our deans, School of Engineering and Technology, Dean School of Pure and Applied Sciences, the colleagues present, trainers, I want to make some few remarks before we start our training. And I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, that we know why we are doing this. We know why we are using our virtual means to reach one another. It's because of the COVID-19, which has actually significantly changed our lives. I know each and every one of us, wherever we are, I don't know where you are. You could be in a house somewhere, you could be traveling, but you are following us. This is because of the new normal, the COVID-19 that has really affected our lives. You realize, students, that we cannot come back, we cannot come to the university physically, although at some point you will be allowed, you will be requested to come because of one issue or the other. So right now we are meeting virtually because of the risks that are involved as a result of the COVID-19. So what we are saying that we cannot allow COVID-19 to bog us down. We cannot allow COVID-19 to put us down, to stop our lives, and to stop our teaching and learning. So you will agree with me, ladies and gentlemen, that we have to proceed. We have to move on. I used to hear people say that necessity is the matter of invention. So we have to be innovative, we have to be creative so that we move on with our lives. So because of that, the university has developed an LMS, learning management system, that will enable us to learn. It will enable us to learn, continue with our lives. And that's why we are here today, so that we can actually learn how to use it and use it to ensure that our teaching and learning can be able to proceed. So this LMS, our trainers will take you through slowly by slowly and everything that is required of you, how to report to the system, how to register units, and finally, how to learn. So as I wind up, allow me blended teaching, and we shall be using what we call the blended teaching, combining face-to-face and online teaching. All it shall be done by blended mode of teaching. Face-to-face will only be done during practicals. The students in the School of Engineering and Sciences, I know have a lot of practicals. So we say that during your practicals, you will have to come to the university for face-to-face. All science practical units shall be offered face-to-face. Units also that require tutorials shall be offered face-to-face. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that for theoretical part of it, the theory will be done online and the practicals will be done here at the university. However, I know there are some practicals that can be done online. When that comes, you will arrange with your lecturers and they will be able to take you through practicals that can be done online. The modalities of organizing for practicals are to all schools, department. I'm happy to know that your dean and also your CODs will be able to arrangements so you are able to undertake practicals. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to conclude by saying that we shall do all necessary support to ensure that you succeed in our virtual teaching and learning. With these few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to open this meeting. Welcome and may God bless you. Back to you, Dan.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kibet, the Director, Center for Odell. Thank you for inviting us and opening the training for us. So to our students, as I had told you, we want to start off the training. Majorly, it's just an informative training. As you proceed, please make sure you post your questions on this live chat so that we may be able to respond to them. So for starters, we are going to see how to access the student emails. How do we access the student emails? So I will share my screen. I will share my screen so that you may be able to see. Number one, you need to note that all student emails have already been created. The student emails have already been created. The student emails have already been created. So you don't need to create them. So what you need to do is to go to Google, because Google is currently hosting our student emails. Go to Google, then type Gmail. You use the Gmail platform to log in to your Google access. Sorry, these are just checks and balances to make sure we're not having robots around. So you use gmail.com. Then you sign in, click to sign in. So remember, as I've said, all your student emails have already been created. So what you need to do is input your admission number. An example is 01 8 2020. You put your admission number at student.mksu.ac.ke. So that is the syntax of how all student emails look like. You put your admission number at student.mksu.ac.ke. Then you click on next. Your default password, the default password is your admission number, but in capital letters, in caps. So in this case, it is C01 888 2020. Then you click on next, login. So immediately you do that, there is a terms of service, which is shared between Google services and us. So now you just need to accept the terms of service. Then you create your new password. So when you create a new password, In this case, you change your password so that you can have that account only assigned to you. Then now, once you put your new password, you enter the new password again now, so that you can be able to log in to your email. Then you confirm the account recovery. Remember, in case you forget anything about your email, we are able to help you to access it. So it is just that simple. You use the Gmail platform, go to gmail.com, then you enter your admission number. Your admission number, as you can see on your screen, at student.mksu.ac.ke. Then you use your admission number still in uppercase as the default password. So that is that when it comes to accessing your student emails. Remember, you need to know how to access your student emails, because you will use your student emails in creating of the portal, student portal accounts. That is for those who have not yet created. So I think it is just that simple. It is just that simple. Remember, you use your admission number at student.mksu.ac.ke. Then you enter your admission number in caps as the password. Then from there, you'll be able to access your student emails. So with that, now having known how to access your student emails, then I want to invite Rachel to take us through how to create the student portal account, how to access the account, how to register, to verify the account, how to register for units, and also be able to perform other duties in the student portal account. So Rachel, karibu.
Thank you, Dan, for that session. As Dan has communicated, I'll be taking you through the creation of the student portal account, and we are going to discuss about the various functions available in the student portal. So I can see most of your questions with regard to creation of a portal account. So I would advise that you be patient. Most of your questions will be handled through the training. So one of the ways through which you can access the student portal is through the Machakos University website. From the homepage, click on e-resources, then click on students/staff portal. That is one of the ways through which you can access the student portal. The second way through which you can access the portal is through a direct link, where at the tab you type the URL portal.mksu.ac.ke. It takes you to the same interface. So this is the portal interface. Kindly note that the form is active. So if you find yourself with an active form, kindly note that you're loading a photo or a picture in a different interface, which is not a portal interface. So for new students, you click on create an account. For new students, click on create an account. Then you select the role. Of course, you're a student, so you select the role of a student. Then, as advised by the portal interface, you input your admission number separated by a hyphen. Kindly note that the separator is a hyphen. Do not frustrate yourself when you're using an underscore. The hyphen is the minus sign. So kindly note that the separator is a hyphen. Then, of course, you input your strong password. For strong password, we recommend 8 or more characters. Kindly combine capital letters, small letters, and alphanumerics. That is capital letters, small letters, numbers, and special characters. So after you've input your strong password, you click on submit. So after you've submitted, the expected response is, please check your email for login instructions. Now this is where Dan's training comes in. So remember, you've just been trained on how to access your student email account. Remember, it's a normal Gmail interface. So among my Gmail accounts, I'm going to add another account. And the account is my student email account, which is your admission number at student.mksu.ac.ke. So for this student, the email is admission number at student.mksu.ac.ke. mksu.ac.ke. So admission number at student.mksu.ac.ke. Then I click on next. Then you input your password. You've been told that your default password is your admission number with the first letter being a capital letter. Then you click next. So as you've already been trained, the first task is to accept the terms of service and to reset your password. So again, I use my strong password. Remember, strong password, capital letter, small letter, number, special character. I've reset my password. Then of course, I'll be given the details on how to recover my account. But for this student, I do not want to set the recovery details. So I'll just confirm. So I'll just confirm. And as expected, one of my first emails should be an email from Machakos University. So I click. Okay, I'll pause. I think we've lost the live streaming.
Yeah, we lost the live stream.
Yes, Dr. Kibet, we are sorting it out. Huh?
All right.
Yeah, so I've paused. Okay, we are back. So sorry for that. I'm going to go back to where we were. We were at accessing our email account. The live streaming is back. So the live streaming is back. So we were at accessing our account, our email account. Remember that now we've done this the second time. Huh? This is the second time we've redone the access to the email account. So as expected, one of my first emails is from Machakos University, where I will click the confirmation link to confirm my account. That is how I activate my portal account. Kindly remember, after you've created the portal account, you need to activate it. You need to click on the activation link sent to your email for that account to be enabled or for the account to be active. So before you click on the confirmation link, you'll try accessing the account and the response will be the account is disabled. That is because you have not activated your account by clicking the confirmation link sent to your email. Now, after that, I can successfully now access my portal account. So I'm going to use my admission number. So I'm going to use my admission number or my test student admission number as the username. Remember, the separator is a hyphen. And the strong password I used when creating the account to log in. So I hope members, we are together on that. I know most of you have already created the portal account. For those who have not, I hope we've learned on how to create our portal account. For those who did an intra-school transfer and have new admission numbers, kindly consult with the admissions office to ensure that your details have been captured in the system. Then create a portal account with your new admission number. So maybe when you try now, it will give you invalid admission number. Contact the admissions office at admissions.mksu.ac.ke. So we've successfully logged in into our portal account. On the left bar, we see all the functions of the portal. On the left bar, you see all the functions in the portal. Now remember, for this semester, you have been reported by default because you are a new student. However, for every subsequent semester, you'll be required to report in the system. Reporting is the only way that the university knows that you're in school. So for every new semester, you have to click on reporting. Then you report now, and a new session will be created, which, for instance, for the next semester will be the Jan-April 2021 session. So for this semester, you've been reported by default. But for every other semester after this one, you'll be required to report in the portal. Kindly note that you cannot access any other university platform or services before you have reported. Now, what happens when you report is that an invoice is generated. So what happens after you report is that an invoice is generated. And when an invoice is generated, that means that you can see your fee balance or the fee you're supposed to pay for that particular semester. So to view your fee, you click on fees. You click on fees, then you can load your fee statement. For example, for this student, we see that the fee for this session is 24,750. So for every other semester other than this one, you need to report in the portal for you to see the fee you're supposed to pay for that particular session. So after you've reported and paid your fee, the next step is to register for your units. So you click on units. Kindly note that you cannot fetch your units for registration before you have reported and paid your fee, depending on the fee policy. So in most cases, for self-sponsored students, the fee policy at the beginning of the semester will be 50%. However, for government-sponsored students, the fee policy will be 75%. So until you have paid your fee and met the specifications of the fee policy, you will not be in a position to register for your units. For these students, when I clicked on units, we were able to fetch the units for 1 academic year. I would advise you that you should not register for your units until you've seen your timetable. That is because our units can cut across semester 1 and semester 2. And we don't want you moving around trying to deregister units, because it can be a little bit of hard work. So you need to see your timetable for you to register units. So for this student, when I click on the units tab, it has 3 functions. 1, I can register units. 2, I can see the units history. And 3, I can fetch the entire curriculum from year 1 to maybe year 5 for engineering students, or year 4. So when I click on curriculum, I can load my entire curriculum for the 4 years. However, what we are interested in right now is the unit registration. So to register units, at the far left, there is a selection box. So you select the units you'll be taking for that semester. So for example, we are seeing that this student is taking 4 units. So we select the 4 units as guided by the timetable and click on register unit selected. Now for this student, he has not paid his fee. So let's see what error response we'll get if he has not met the specifications of the fee policy. So when I click on register units, the error is supposed to be that you cannot register for units because you've not paid for your fee. Now I think I've been logged out, so I'll log in again. Just give me a minute. Let me see. So I'll log out and log in. My session has been timed out. So I'll just log in again. So I think, members, we have successfully reported, we've paid our fee, and we have done our units registration. So kindly note that for every session after this one, you have to report. When you report, an invoice is generated. An invoice gives you the information on how much fee you're expected to pay for that semester. Remember, for you to register for your units, you have to meet the specifications of the fee policy. So in most cases, for government-sponsored students, the fee policy is 75%. For self-sponsored students, the fee policy is 50%. So we assume that you have reported, you have been invoiced, you've paid your fee, and you have registered for your units. And we assume that now you're attending classes. Remember, if you don't register for your units, your name will not appear in the attendance list, and so you'll not be able to sign for that attendance, and that will be assumed that you've not met the attendance percentage required for you to sit for your exams. So it's very important that you register for your units. So you've attended classes and it's examination time. So when we are nearing the examination period, you'll find that down here, there's a function named evaluation. So the evaluation function is only active when we are nearing the exams. So evaluation means that you're going to evaluate your lecturers and your courses, and it's done in the portal. Kindly note that when you're sitting for your exam, you'll be required to have an exam card, and you cannot download an exam card until you've gone through your course evaluation. So when we are down to the semester and it's time to sit for your exam, the evaluation function will be active, and you'll be required to fill your course evaluation for each unit for you to be able to download your exam card. So we assume that you have done your evaluation and now you want to access your examination card. So to access your exam card, you click on examinations. Can you note that this is temporarily disabled because we are not done with the semester? So you click on examinations. Examinations has three functions. One of the functions is an exam card. The other function is a provisional transcript or result slip or registration of a retake. So I'm going to concentrate on an exam card and provisional transcript. Kindly note that you can only access your exam card when you've paid 100% fee. So as we progress on the semester, the fee policy changes from 75% and 50% for the government-sponsored and self-sponsored respectively, to 100%. You cannot download the exam card if you've not paid 100% fee. So as we near the exams, you'll be required to download your exam card in the system. So you just click on examinations, then exam card, then an exam card will load with all your units, all your registered units. Kindly remember that for you to access an exam card, you must have registered your units and they must have been approved. So if you see that down the semester you have units that read pending, kindly consult with your department or the ICT directorate to have your units approved. So kindly note that you can only download your exam card if, one, you've paid 100% fee, and two, if you've registered for your units and are approved. So we assume that you've sat for your exams and your lecturers have marked and input the marks in the system and approved them for you to view in the portal. So to view your results, you click on provisional transcript or result slip, and you'll view your results for the academic year as they are approved to be visible in the portal by your lecturers. So with that, I think I've handled the basic functions of the portal. I've done reporting. We've reported, an invoice has been generated. We have paid our fee. We've done our units registration, we've done our course evaluation, and we've sat for our exams, and we've been able to download the exam cards and received our results. Now, I'm going to handle the news and events and repository. Once in a while, we'll have communications that is internal to us. So whenever we have our internal communication, you'll view it on the news and events tab, the second one after home, the second function after home. So when you click on it, you'll see the news and events. For example, most probably your timetable should be posted in the portal. So you're going to access it from the news and events. So when there's any internal communication that is not in the website, you'll be guided that the information is in the portal. So you click on the news and events to see communication that is internal to the university students. Then we have the repository. So the repository is where we upload documents. For example, if you have a policy on research that affects a student, so you'll find the policy in the repository. So I can see some of you are saying that I'm too fast. So I'm just going to do a recap that for every session, other than this one, you'll need to report in the system. So you click on report on the portal. One of the portal functions is reporting. So when we click on report, you are required to report for a new session. In this case, the session will be Jan-April 2021. That is the next semester. You report in the portal. When you report to the university physically, the university does not acknowledge that you are here. The only way the university knows that you're in session is when you report in the portal. So when you report, an invoice is generated, and when you click on your fees, you'll see the fee that is expected to be paid for the session. So when you click on fee, you see the fee that is expected to be paid for this session. So after you pay your fee, you can go ahead and do your unit registration. So for unit registration, you click on units, then as guided by your timetable, select the units that you're going to be taking for that session. Kindly note that unit registration should be guided by your timetable. It's expected that by tomorrow, you'll have received your timetable. So kindly take the weekend to do your unit registration. For those who have registered for units, and when you're guided by the timetable, you find out that you registered for a unit you're not taking for this semester. If your units are reading pending, if your units are pending, you can deregister. You can edit the unit registration. You can deregister those units. However, if you've registered for units you're not taking for this semester, and the units are approved, you'll need to contact your department to have the units dropped. You'll need to contact your department to have your units dropped. So remember I said as you move down the semester, when you're nearing sitting for your exams, you'll have to take your course evaluation for you to be able to download your exam card, and you'll have to need to pay 100% fee to be able to download your exam card. So to download your exam card, you click on examinations. Of course, it's disabled now because you've not learned, you've not attended classes. The exam card is only available down the semester when we are nearing the exam period. So right now, the exam card and the course evaluation is disabled. So maybe I'll handle a few questions that I had seen. One, I can see a few students asking timetable inatoka wapi. So the timetable will be circulated by the office of the registrar ISA. You'll find communication on where to access the timetable. You can either have it on the website or in the portal. So it's very important that you have a student portal, because most of the communication that is common to all students will be circulated via the portal. There was a question on students who had paid fee, but the fee had not reflected. Kindly note that depending on the bank you used to pay your fee, the fee might directly reflect in the portal, or you may need to bring your bank slip to the finance office. However, because of the limitation of movement and entry to the university, for those with fee issues, kindly scan your bank slip and send the bank slip to student finance. Send your bank slip to student finance at mksu.ac.ke. Scan your bank slip, send it to student finance at mksu.ac.ke. That is for those with issues with fee. So with that done, I think I'm done with my presentation. If there are any more
questions, check the public chat. Thank you, Rachel. Kindly check the public chat. There are some questions there from the YouTube live chat.
Okay, when I check the public chat, the screen will repeat itself. So, okay. For those who have already registered for units without the timetable, kindly wait for your timetable, then edit the units accordingly. It could be that your unit registration is correct. So wait for your timetable, then recheck. If you have a unit that you're not taking for this semester, if the unit is still pending, you can drop it from your end. However, if the unit is approved, you'll need to contact your department to have that unit dropped. Okay, I think I handled being fast. I did a recap. I've answered the question on timetable inatoka wapi. The process of reversal of registering of units, I think I've handled that. For those with issues with opening or creating a portal account, saying that your email has not been updated, kindly send your request to online.support@mksu.ac.ke. Kindly note that for every kind of support you need from the university, you must quote your admission number. That is the only identifier we have of you. Every request you send, kindly indicate your admission number. How do I get the contacts? The School of Engineering, I think we still have the dean. Maybe he's going to address that. For those with the 3,000 additional fee, that means that you are captured as a resident. Just contact the admissions office. Send an email to admissions@mksu.ac.ke and request that your account is captured as an unresident to have the invoice corrected, to have the invoice corrected. I think I've handled most of the questions, if not all. I see most of the students have successfully managed to access the portal account. When the fee is negative, it means it's an overpayment and it's going to be carried forward to the next semester. So for ELEARN, wait for the link. Wait for the recording. It's going to be available to you. You'll access the training again. Just wait for the recording. It's going to be available to you. Thank you. Dan?
Thank you. Thank you, Rachel, for the elaborate and very clear presentation. We appreciate. Thank you so much. I would wish to allow the deans, as before we move on to the LMS, to give the contacts for their schools, probably give the official emails for their schools. So I will start with the Dean SPAS, the Dean School of Pure and Applied Sciences, which is the contact for your school. Dean SPAS, Dr. Kimathi. Okay, as he's coming on board, Dr. Mwaniki, which is the contact for your school, Dean. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. We are requesting the students are requesting for the official contact for the school.
Maybe I can give the contact for the school administrator. I can type it on the public chat. I don't know whether the students can be able to access it.
I will share it with them.
Let me type it on the public chat.
Okay, thank you. So at that juncture, I want to invite now Leah, who will take us through how to create an account or even access the learning management system. Leah, karibu.
Asante Dan. So good morning again. So now that we know how to create our portal and how to register for units, now we are ready to access the virtual platform where we now can take the online classes. So as Dr. Kibet had indicated, we are not yet sure of when we're going to resume normal learning in the university. So what the university has done, we have set up a virtual platform where now you will be able to access your classes from. So that is now what I'm going to take you through. And for you to be able to do that, as Rachel has indicated, you need to have an active student enrollment profile, and you need to have registered for courses for the units. And to be able to do that, you need to have paid fees. So as I am saying this, kindly Rachel, give me the presenter rights so that I can be able to share my screen. So I will take you through that session, or thank you, on how you can access the Machakos University online platform. We are using Moodle as our learning management system. It's quite easy to use and to navigate. So I will share my screen. So I hope my screen is visible. Dan, you can see my screen?
Yes, it is there.
Okay. I would kindly request that you type this link on the YouTube channel so that they can be able to access. So for those of you who have managed to register for units, you can be able to access the LMS. If your admission was successful and all that, you can now be able to access the LMS. So this is the link. You just type elearning.mksu.ac.ke. That is where you log in. So for you to log in to the LMS, this is how it looks like. For you to log in, you need to know your student number, because it is your username. Your student number is the username, and it is also the password. So to use it as the username, you type it in small letters. For instance, if your admission number starts with E33, you type it in small letters as the username. E33, let's say 3456, 2020. So that is your username. So for the password, it is the same, but now the E will be in capital letters. So that is how you access the LMS. And now after you access it, I will show you the main functionalities and the most important things that you're supposed to do once you are logged into the LMS. So I'm going to use a test student, not a real student, T82. So this is a student number that I'm using for the purpose of this training. So you type it there where you have your username, and then the password, as I indicated, it is the same but in capital letters, and then you can log in. And subsequently, if you find that after you have logged in, you change your password and you forgot your password, you can always click here, forgotten your username or password, and then now you will be redirected to your email. So it is very important that you have all your details together. Your student email, the one that is recognized by Machakos University, make sure that you know it, so that in case you forget your password, you can always be able to retrieve it without necessarily having to call the university for your password to be reset. So the first step is to know the link. So the link is elearning.mksu.ac.ke. Once you get there and you key in your username, you are redirected to this address. So now we want to log in and look at how the LMS looks like. So to log in, you click login, and this is how the interface looks like. This is on the right, on the left side, we have the dashboard, the site home, the calendar, private files, my courses, and all that. And on the right side, the far end, that is where we have the icon for a user. And you can see that your name is here. In case you're called Lea Wakani, like myself, your name should appear here. So for this one, this is a test student, so the name appears here. Then on the far right, that is where I want us to start. Because remember, when we were logging in, you used your student's number to log in, and it was also the same. The password was the same, but in capital letters. So it means that your colleagues could be aware of your credentials, which is not supposed to happen. So what we do, once you log in for the first time, before you do anything else, you change your profile. You change the password. Just like you are changing with the emails, it is very important that you secure your account so that nobody else can get access to your account. So to do that, you click on this icon. You click on the icon here. There is an arrow that is just next, and you click on profile. You click on profile. So this is what happens. There is the test student. Your name will appear there. Then there is this icon that looks like a gear, and beside it there is an arrow. There is an arrow that you need now to use so that you can change your password. So I'll repeat that again. I'll repeat the process again. Once you log in, the very first thing that you're supposed to do is to first change your password, because everybody else in your class, in your group, is aware of your password, and you want to secure your account. So you click on that arrow, then you click on profile, and then your name is here, and now you can go to you can edit the profile. But the first thing that I want us to do is to change the password. So here you have to enter the first password, the current password, which of course now is your student admission number in capital letters, and then you create another password which is strong, which should be strong so that others cannot access your account. So there is some advice for creating a strong password. It must have at least 8 characters. One must be a digit, that is numbers 0 to 9, at least one lowercase letter, at least one uppercase letter, and one alphanumeric character. Those characters, the heart, the at, the dollar sign, the percentage, the asterisk, the ampersand, those are the special characters. So make sure that as you create your password, make sure that it is something strong, that others cannot guess. So for instance, here I'm going to create the new password. My new password, I can call it okay, I'm not sure whether it has matched. Okay, yes. So the next time now that I log in, I need to use the new password. So you enter the current password, which is your student number in capital letters. Then you create a new password, which is has to have the 8 characters, and you follow the rules of creating a strong password. I'm sure most of us have created passwords elsewhere, so you know how to go about it. Otherwise, if you don't create it, if you don't make it strong, the system will not accept it, and you will keep being prompted to change it until you create a strong password. So that is the first thing that you do. Once you get into the LMS for the first time, change your password to secure your account. Change your password to secure your account. There are other things that you can do on your profile, but okay, I will just highlight on editing the profile, because I'm sure once you log in, you will be able to experiment. You will be able to do quite a lot with it. So the thing that maybe mention that your profile is to edit your profile, and this one now helps you to check whether your details have been correctly captured in the system. So the first name, check your first name, the student name, the email address, which is very important. As you can see, there is a red indicator here indicating that this is a required field. So make sure that your details are captured correctly, but don't change your username. Don't change your username, because the only way that we can recognize you in the university is through your student number. So it is very important that don't change your username. Then you can give a description about yourself, but it is not mandatory. Just something that you like. You can also do a picture. You can secure your account. I mean, you can update your profile by making sure that there is a picture, just like we do in WhatsApp and Facebook. You can have a picture in your computer, which you can drag here, or you can just click here, and you're brought to this interface where you are now supposed to upload it from your computer. So I'm not sure that I have a profile picture somewhere, but it is not mandatory. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. And let me see whether I have something that can fit there. Okay, then you save it. You can give it a name, and I can call it myself. The author, it depicts the author, it depicts your account name, and then you can upload the file. You can upload the file. So the most important thing is to change your password. That is the most important thing, so that nobody else can access your account. So for the profile, those ones you can always experiment later in your own time. As you can see, the steps are not very many to changing your profile, and then you update your profile. And your profile now, you can see here now, my picture has been appended. The photo that I have just uploaded has been appended, but that is not mandatory. You don't have to do it until when the university now will require you to do it, because at some point, I know for the accounts to be secured, you might be requested to have your photo there, just to confirm that it is you. So those are basically the main things that you do on your profile. You change your password. That is mandatory. You need to change it to secure it, and then you edit. You can have your photo. You can upload a photo. Then to navigate through the LMS, to go back to the home page, you always click on the dashboard. It takes you now back to the home page. So now we are done with the profile. We want now to look at other things, and the most important thing for this platform is for you to be able to access your course materials. And the units that you have registered, you need to log in and confirm that all of them are there, so that if they are not and you had registered for them, then you can use the various channels to have them updated. Okay, so for you to do that, for you to access your units in the Moodle, the platform that we are using for our LMS, the units, what we call units in the portal, are called courses. In this platform. So for you to access your courses, you click on my courses. Once you click on my courses, you will be able to see your units. So they will be shortened such that you will only be able to see the code when you access them from the left side of the screen, and then they will be displayed here in the middle. And when they are displayed here, they will have their full names, such that now this one is SIT 198, the one that the test student is registered for. It is called Introduction to University Courses. So the full names will appear here, but the course codes will appear on the left side. So that is how you access your courses or your units. You click on my courses and you will find them. They will be listed. Even if you are registered for 6 or 8 units, all of them will be listed here. In case they are not, this is important. In case they are not, and maybe you just registered them today, you come here to the right side, where you have ERP sync. Now this one is this button here, the option here is to sync my registered units. The units that you have registered, you have accessed the LMS, and on clicking on my courses, you find that some of those units are missing. Maybe you had registered for 4, but you can only find 2. So that's when now you come to sync my registered unit. So what this action does is to load the units that you had already registered on the portal. We are using ERP. The ERP we are using, ERP means Enterprise Resource Planning. It is the system where you had registered for your units. So the ERP has a database of all the units that you have registered for, but the LMS inherits everything that is in the ERP into the LMS. So the sync, this action for syncing, it is pulling the units in the ERP so that you can be able to see them here on the LMS. And the LMS inherits all the other conditions, such that if you have not paid for fees, you cannot log into the LMS and access your units. So you must have paid fees, registered for your units, and then by any chance, if you don't find them on the LMS, you click on this button here, this option here to sync my registered units, then your units will be synchronized. Everything will be pulled from the ERP to the LMS, and that is now how you access your units. So once you sync, I'm not going to sync because this is a test student, so they are not registered units, so I don't expect anything to be pulled from the ERP. But when you do, you will find a message that sync, your units have been fetched. They have been fetched successfully, and that is how you go about it. Then now, assuming that you have synced and all your units are there, then what is the next step? So this student is registered for SIT 198. So to access the contents of this unit, you click on the course. As I said, the LMS is designed in such a way that to navigate, you only need to hover, to place your mouse, to place your cursor on the course, and then it will change to that icon overhead indicating that this is a hyperlink. So it is designed to use hyperlinks. So for you to go to the next step, you click on that hyperlink, the SIT 198. So once you click on it, this is what happens. You can now be able to access what the lecturers have uploaded to that course. So the first thing that you notice is the name the code and the name of the course, so that you are sure that this is what you're taking. If you're taking Introduction to Computers, there is a code. Each unit is recognized by a code. It has a special code, and the codes are customized per school, so that you find that the units in the School of Engineering, they have a certain code. The ones in SPAS, they have a certain code. So this code, this unit, the one that I'm using for training, is SIT 198, and it is called Introduction to University Courses. So the purpose of this unit is just to give you a preview of what to expect once you log in into a new class. I'm sure by the end of the week, the LMS will be populated. The lecturers will have uploaded content to the unit. At first, you might find that only 2 or 3 weeks have been populated, but the most important thing is to know how to access the course materials. So once you get into a class, we are now assuming we are in a real class. The first item that you will notice are the announcements, and then your class will be structured in weekly format, such that you will have content for week 1, content for week 2, for week 3, until all the 14 weeks are done. But even before you get to the weeks, there is the announcement section, which has this icon, the purple icon with the users inside. So this section is for important information, and it will be visible throughout the course, or throughout the life of the unit that you have registered for. So it is important that you start there, so that you can see the important information that your lecturer will have posted there. So in most cases, you will find a video where now the lecturers will be introducing themselves to you. Remember, we are not meeting face to face, so you need to be able to connect the name to the name of the lecturer to their face, so that you can get to know who is taking you through the course. So the announcement section may also have important dates that you need to note. For instance, if there is a submission, an assignment that you're supposed to submit, be communicated. If the dates will be communicated there. If there is a project that you're expected to do during the course, the dates will be communicated there. So even before you go to the weekly content, start with the announcements section. So for instance, this class, Introduction to University Courses, the announcements, general news and announcements. The announcements are the course outline and general information. So it is important for you as the student to have a course outline. It is like what we called in high school the syllabus, so that you get to understand from week 1 up to week 14, what will I be doing in the university? How is this course structured? And the course outline also helps you to read ahead, to anticipate. I know you're very excited about joining the university and you can't wait to start learning. So the course outline is a good place to start, because with technology today, you can even read ahead even before you're given the course materials, and that will help to enhance your experience in the university. So for this course, the information was just welcoming you to the course and to the main functionalities of the LMS, and to let you know that this is what now you expect in a real class once your classes are populated. So this section is used for announcements such as important dates. For instance, your lecturer will give you their name, Professor J. Smith. The email of the lecturer will be there, the cell phone number, so that if you need to get in touch with them, you can always do so. It is also expected that there will be an email for that particular unit or for the program. It will also be communicated there. Then the important dates, like you can see here, in week 6 we have Cat 1, in week 10 we have Cat 2. So that helps you to read ahead. Then Cat 2 will be a discussion question, and then your lecturer may decide to tell you what to expect in a discussion forum. For instance, in this case, you have been told that you will be responsible for 3 posts. One of the posts is your initial post to when you are responding to the discussion question, and then you need to respond to 2 of your colleagues. So that information can be put there so that you are always aware about it, and you can always come back to the announcement section and view the announcements. And then the course outline is outlined there so that you are sure that from week 1 to week 14 you're going to be engaged. So it is advisable, especially if you're taking care of bundles and you are not lucky maybe to have Wi-Fi where you are, you can just copy all this information and paste it in a Word document so that you can always read it when you are offline. The good thing about the LMS, most of the materials can be downloaded or just copied, and you can read when you are offline, so that you only need to access your the LMS to view the materials that have been uploaded there. So that is the announcement section. In most cases, that will be the first section in your class. Once you register for a unit, you always start at the announcements section. There could be a file there that you can download, and later on we are going to see how you do that. So now we start at week 1, which is 4th October to 10th October. The dates are indicated so that you can keep track of what you're doing, and then you can always be able to meet the deadlines. And something else about the LMS, for each of these activities, there will be a log to show that you have viewed them. If it is a file, the LMS can log whether you have downloaded the file. If it is a quiz, you will be logged to see whether you attended the quiz, whether you completed the quiz. So it is very important that you make sure that you access all the materials, because actually the purpose of this platform, just as the name suggests, it is a platform for learning. So make use of it and make sure that you access all the materials so that we don't have issues of I missed this part, I was late in submitting this. Yeah, to avoid that, just make sure that you access the materials that are posted here and that you adhere to the dates. Adequate time will always be provided, so you need also to do your part. So now when we go to week 1, we have an introduction video where now your lecturer is introducing himself or herself to the class. So this is the icon for a video. It looks like a film. So to access it, as I said, most of these things are hyperlinks. So you just click on the introduction video. This is something that I had prepared. You just play it the same way that we play videos in our phones or in our computers. There is the play button there. You will be able to hear what your lecturer is telling you about the course and all that. So that is an introductory video that was in week 1. Then to go back to the course, you just click on the code here. Then there is also a chat room that is provided in week 1. So these are some of the things that you will expect. The chat room could even be created here at the announcement section. So the purpose of a chat room is to allow you to interact with your lecturer and with your colleagues, your fellow students. But it is not meant for social discussions. It is meant for academic discussions. Maybe there is a challenge. You have noticed that the dates are overlapping. Maybe when you're supposed to do your Cat 1 and your Cat 2, maybe you need a clarification on a certain concept that you're supposed to work on. That is how you use the chat room. It is supposed to be interactive and everybody participates, including your lecturer. So you are advised to keep the language there professional. Make sure that you use academic language. It is not like WhatsApp where we can just post about anything about Manchester United and all that. No, this is for chatting on relevant information concerning the unit. And every unit will have its own chat room. So if you're taking like 6 units, introduction to computers, introduction to communications, make sure that introduction to computers, you only chat on the stuff that are relevant to that particular unit. You don't bring the communication staff to the computer class. So make sure that you use the chat room wisely. Remember, you're going to be very many in your class. You could even be up to 100, 150. So if you crowd it with irrelevant information, then it will lose the value. So it is supposed to be an interactive session where you ask about things that you need clarification on, the dates maybe you are not sure. Your colleagues will respond, but also your lecturer will be a participant in that chat room, and it will be available throughout the course. So it is important to keep the language as professional as possible. So to participate in a chat room, you click on the chat room, then you can see the instructions here are you use the chat room for your question and answer for your lecturer and other students, and you use respectful language that is related to the course. So that is very important. So depending on the unit, your lecturer will have the instructions there, so that you know how to use the chat room and what to use it for. So to enter a chat, you click here to enter the chat now. You can also be able to view the past chat sessions in the class. Click here to enter the chat now. So this is how the chat room looks like. You can see I'm the only participant in this chat room. So I can write my message here. Good morning. And then to post it, you just click on send. So it will appear here. So assuming that 10 of us had registered for this class, your chats would also appear here. And the time that you sent them is also indicated. That is also important, so that if it is something that your lecturer needs to respond to, they can always know when you are here and when to respond. So that is how a chat room looks like. You add your comments, you just post them. But as I said, keep the language professional and relevant to the course. Okay, so to go back to the course, to view other resources that are available in a virtual class, in the next week, we find that we have a discussion question. So this is how the icon looks like. It is a pen to show that you're supposed to discuss. And the discussion forums on the LMS, they are called wikis, W-I-K-I. Yes, they are called wikis. So these ones, they will be tailored according to your particular unit. If you're in an engineering class, be asked to write a computer program. You could be asked to do a mathematical question and post it on the discussion forum. So the discussion forum is different from the chat, because the chat, you don't have a particular topic. It is not guided on how you're supposed to do it. It is the student with a challenge or with a comment, then they can make it on the chat room. But the discussion forum is now an academic place where your lecturer will give you a problem to handle, or a discussion question to write about, a mathematical problem to solve, a formula to complete, and all that. So that will be structured according to your course. So for you to access the discussion forum, you will need to click on it, view the question or view the task that is there, attempt it, and it is advisable that you do it offline, so that then you don't spend a lot of time on the internet and consume your bundles. You attempt it, then when you're ready, you just do it in a Word document, and then you paste it. You paste it on the discussion forum. The discussion questions, the discussion forum is open to all the other students. So in most cases, you realize that you will be asked to do your own initial post, and then other students will be asked to respond to you. They will be asked to respond to you, and you will also be asked to respond to others. So there will be a minimum number that you can respond to. In most cases, you will be asked to respond to 2 of your colleagues. So it means that you go through what they have posted, then you analyze it, and you give your feedback. And the purpose of a discussion forum is to enhance knowledge and to get to understand the concepts that you are taught in class from different perspectives, because we are all gifted differently. Maybe the method that you used to solve a certain task is not the method that the other student will use. So this one now helps people to bring in their knowledge together and to make the class experience rich. So it is important that you take note of the dates, because the discussion forums normally they will have a deadline, so that you don't wait until you are in week 14 to attempt a discussion that was in week 2. So you make sure you adhere to the guidelines. For instance, if we click on this class, you can see the discussion that is there. This is a communication class. The question is, how is your communication style different in the classroom than when you are in other contexts? How does written communication change in academic settings compared to other forms of written communication, that is email, texting, business, and all that? And how do nonverbal cues function in an online classroom communication? So this is a sample of a discussion forum, and you have been given the word count, which is 400 words for your initial post and 200 words when you are responding to 2 of your colleagues. So the reason I used communication, a communications question, is because I know it is a common unit, and most of you will be expected to do it maybe in your first semester. So it is important that when you are viewing your discussions, you take care of the date. So you're told to do your first post by 14th October and your responses by 16th October. So your lecturers will give you the dates, so that because the discussion forums will be graded. So it is important that you adhere to the dates, because then if you miss the deadlines, it means that you lose out on your grades.
Wakanyi? Leah? Seems we.
I said it is.
Oh, yes, you're back. You've disappeared, Leah.
I don't know what has happened. Am I audible?
You disappeared for like 2 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I don't know. I think it's my Wi-Fi.
It's okay.
Okay. So I'm visible now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So for the discussion forums, as I said, we want to add a comment. So you click on comments, then you add comment. So it is assumed that you will have done the discussion in a Word document, so that when you get here, you only need to paste it here. And I'm sure most of you know, all of you, not most of you, know how to copy and paste. So assuming that I had done my discussion, I can write that this is my response. So you will be expected to paste whatever you had written, your research on the topic and all that. You then paste it here on this window. Once you paste it, now you can save the changes. So once you save the changes, your discussion will appear. Here. You can see test student. This is my response. Other students had responded, and now I can even respond to them. So that is how you go about a discussion, or what the LMS calls wikis. So depending on your course, discussion forums, once you find discussion forums in the units that you have registered for, that is how you go about them. The next item that I want us to look at is when you find a file. A file has been uploaded, maybe let's say in PDF. It has the instructional materials, the notes for a certain topic, how to go about it, and how to do also a submission, because you will also be expected to have assignments, virtual assignments. The discussion questions will be graded, but they are public to the entire class. But the assignments are private. You are supposed to do your own work. Once you are done, you upload it on the LMS for your lecturer to view. So how do you go about it when you find a file? So for instance, here we have a file called SIT 198, end of semester exam. So when you click on it, it has the icon of a W. So if it was a PDF, it would have the PDF icon. If it was a PowerPoint, it would have the Microsoft PowerPoint icon. If it was in Excel, and so on and so forth. So to access it, you just click on it, on the name of the file. Then this window will appear just as it does when we are downloading attachments in our email. So you open it with a Word document, or you can just save the file. So once you save it, it goes direct to your downloads, and you can go to your downloads and access it from there. So that is how you go about it. That is how you download a file. You just click on it, it is downloaded, or you can go ahead and open it. Now, what happens when you want to submit? Assuming that was an assignment, you are expected to attempt the questions that were put to you by your lecturer. Now you want to submit. So for you to do a submission, you click. Each file that requires a submission will have an accompanying icon that looks like a file or a folder with the name of that task. So if it was assignment 1, this could be assignment 1. So this is end of semester exam. So this tells me that a submission is expected. So once I click on the submission, once I click on the file, now I can add my own submission. So in this case, we are not copying and pasting like we did with the discussion forums. In this case, we are expected to have a file that we have worked on. If it was a Word document, an Excel, a notepad, whatever it was that we were working on, it is expected that you will have tackled the assignments, all the exam, saved it in your computer, in a certain location in your computer, and then now you will be expected to upload it as a file, so that on the other hand, your lecturer will be able to download it and grade it for you. Okay, so for you to add a submission, you click. I can go back one step so that it is clear. So as I said, a file that or an activity that requires a submission will look like this. So you click on it to add your submission, and then even the time is indicated. You're supposed to complete it within indicated time. Especially with the exams, they will be timed, but for an assignment it doesn't. You will only be told that you're supposed to submit it by next week, so you will have enough time to do your research, compile your findings,
Madam Leah. Madam Leah. Madam Leah. Seems we've lost her.
like a file.
Madam Leah, you're back, huh?
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know what is happening when I click on the add submission. When I click on a link, it seems like I'm disconnected.
Yes, it is.
But I hope you can see my screen now.
Yes, you can still see your screen.
Okay, so now you want to upload a file. You click on the file. You're brought to this window like we did when we were picking our profile picture. This is the file picker interface. So if you want to upload a file, you browse for that file. You browse for that file from your computer. I can just pick one file here. The same way we attach emails, documents to emails. That is how we attach them here. So you say because let's say it was assignment 1. So that is the name. The other, it will pick your name, so you don't need to change this because you're already logged into the account. So it will pick your name, and then you can now upload the file. So once you upload the file, you can see that it has been attached in this interface. You can now save the changes. So once you save the changes, you're taken back here, and you can see that the submission status has changed. The color has also changed, and your file has been submitted for grading. and it will even indicate the time, so that you cannot claim that I submitted before the deadline. The LMS will indicate the time when you did your upload. Then now, if you want to edit it, you can edit it, or you can remove the submission. So that is how we go about uploading a file. That is how we go about uploading a file and downloading materials that will be sent. You only click on them. If it is a file that was uploaded, you will have the option to download it and read it when offline. So the last item that I want us to look at, there are many activities that you will find on the LMS, but we are just picking a few of them because we cannot possibly have enough time to go through each one of them. And once you know how to access one, it is not difficult to access the others. So the last item that we look at is the quiz. So this is the icon for a quiz. It is in red, and quizzes in most cases will be graded, but I have created a very simple quiz, 3 questions, but please don't expect to find that in a normal class. You will expect to find over between 15 to 30 questions in a quiz, especially if it will be graded. So to view the file, just as we have done with the other activities, you only need to click on it, and there are instructions there. Maybe you will be told that you have 2 attempts, or you can only attempt it once. So for this, for the purpose of the training, this is just a sample quiz, and that is the material that is available there. So the grading method is the highest grade. That tells you that you can attempt it many times. So attempt the quiz now. You only click on that button, and then it takes you to the quiz. So there are questions here. There are different types of questions that you expect in a quiz: the multiple choice, the true and false, the matching, and all that. There are quite many. So I can just go ahead and check the answers that I think are right. Let me hurry. Yes?
The screen you're talking about is what we can see.
Okay, let me refresh.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
And now?
Because I can hear you on the quiz, and
you're on a different page.
Yes.
I'm refreshing. Will I share again? Or I refresh here?
Yes, you can share again.
Let's see whether you will be able to see it. Let me share again.
Yeah, just share now.
Okay. You can see it now?
Yes. Very
okay.
Yes.
Okay, sorry for that. I think my connectivity had issues. So as I was saying, to handle a quiz, the quiz has a red icon, and this is just a sample quiz. So you click on it just as we were clicking on the other materials. And because I had already attempted, I can now continue. I can continue to another attempt. So I was in question 3. As I said, you expect different kinds of questions in a quiz: the multiple choice, the true and false, the matching, and all that. So the one that I had handled previously was a true and false sort of question. So this one I have to match. So I can just click on random answers. I can click on random answers and see whether they make sense, and then like that, and then I finish my attempt. So once you finish your attempt, depending on how the quiz has been structured, you can return. Yes? Oh, I don't know what is happening. Okay, I hope it will not be disconnected again. It is visible now. Okay.
Yes,
Okay, sorry about that. So that was a quiz that I had attempted. As I said, you're going to have different kinds of questions on the quiz, the multiple choice, the true and false, and all that. So you attempt the quiz, you just navigate through the different hyperlinks, and then depending on how your quiz has been structured, you can return to the attempt, or you can submit all and finish. So because this was just a sample, I submit all and finish, and then I have to confirm, then I submit. So you can see these are my scores. I only got one question right, the rest were wrong. So that is, the feedback is even provided. The feedback is provided, and the answers are also provided here. So that will depend on whether your lecturer will allow you to have the feedback or will allow you to have multiple attempts. But basically that is how a quiz is handled. So as I said, there are going to be other activities, like you can have URLs where you will be directed to watch a certain video, then attempt questions and all that. But basically that is how you go about a virtual class. You start at the announcements section, then you go to the materials for week 1, materials for week 2. So it is important that whatever is there, just make sure that you just go through all of it. And especially when you're starting, make sure that you have captured the important dates on the announcement section. If there is a video, make sure that you listen until the end, because the important dates, like I have indicated here, I have used text to communicate the dates. They might be communicated through the video, the introductory video. So it is important that you go through all the content, and that way you will not miss out on anything. So with that, I wish you the best. I wish you a good experience on the virtual platform. Welcome to Machakos University. We are here to support you, and I'm sure the virtual platform is quite easy to use. And as you had been told, the video will be available later, so you can always go back and capture the details. So the important thing to remember is that you log in using your student admission number in small letters, that is your username, and you use it in capital letters as your password. Once you log in, change your password. For the navigation, you will practice with time. Yeah, because this is a digital technology, so it is expected that you will have a smooth running on the virtual platform. So thank you very much. Back to you, Dan. Unless there are questions.
Thank you so much for the elaborate presentation. I really appreciate. We have had questions from the live chat, but I will ask that the students please, after this, open this channel, and then you'll be able to see the video again, follow through the process, follow through the steps, and then we'll be able to access from there. In case you have any issues, please remember to send an email to online.support@mksu.ac.ke. Then we will be able to respond to your queries and issues. Now, there being no other thing, I would want to invite Dr. Koech, the director, to close for us the training.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan, for the opportunity again. So I want to take this opportunity to thank the students for their attendance. Thank you for your patience. And since this is our new normal, I want to advise you to practice, take time to go and practice. Make sure that you grasp all the things which are required, because we shall be using our LMS now to teach, which lecturers will be engaging you and you'll be expected to engage one another on the LMS. Use the contacts, the contact persons that you have been given to you by the deans and the CODs. And I know we shall meet in class soon. We shall communicate to begin our classes. I also want to thank our trainers and our technical support team led by Dan Mulinge, Rachel Kipe, Leah, and Judith. Thank you very much for your good work. May God bless you for that. So having said these brief remarks, it's now my pleasure and humble duty to declare this training officially closed. Thank you, and may God bless you. Back to you, Dan.
Thank you so much, our director, for being with us and also going through the training with us. So once again, I want to remind the students the video will be live on the YouTube. Please open it, listen to it, follow the steps, try and access the LMS, then give us your feedback. With that, I want to invite Rachel to close for us with a word of prayer. Rachel?
Let us pray. Father, in Jesus' name, we thank you for the session we've just had. We thank you for the training we've gone through. We pray that we've added value to our students, and where there may be issues, we are going to resolve them as they arise. I pray, oh Lord, that you may give us a positive attitude, that in all we do, we'll do it as we are doing it for you and doing it for your glory, for it's going to be for our own betterment and the betterment of our university. Be with us, continue guiding us, continue protecting us from any form of harm. In Jesus' name, do I pray and believe. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the students who have been live with us, following through. We appreciate you. Will attend to your issues. Make sure you send an email if you have any issues to online.support@mksu.ac.ke. Then also reach out to us. We'll be able to help you in whatever we can. Have a good day and stay safe. Thank you.